So one of the biggest challenges in society today, for me, is the problem of collective trauma healing. We live in a culture which has inherited a buttload of trauma from several generations of war, Second World War, First World War, generations of institutional abuses, generations of educational abuses, religious abuses, and so on. And the consequence of that actually is a huge rate limiter on our capacity as human beings to sense our environment, to make sense of our environment, to connect and communicate well with one another, and also consequently leads to a whole range of health problems, chronic disease, immunological issues, cancers. Many of these things are rooted in psycho-emotional trauma that's not understood or recognized. So when we can go on a process of healing, what we're doing is integrating those parts of ourselves that we're cut off from, and in doing so, potentially increasing our capacity to sense what we're seeing in the world, even being able to hold more. Like, if a lot of people in society have nervous systems that are filled with anxiety, which they have good reason to be, given the experience of COVID lockdowns and the experience of addictive social media and other social problems, that actually kind of can bring us into a much more limited scope of concern. And we become fearful and unable to really open ourselves up to sense the whole picture and begin to sort of move in relationship to the whole and consider how we might connect, communicate, and create in response to that. So I guess what I'm speaking to is very general, core human capacities that are being limited in various ways that I believe cannabis can help with. In my personal journey, I experienced various forms of post-traumatic stress, and cannabis for me was the only tool that I found helped me to heal that. I went through really challenging periods in my early 20s owing to relationship issues, and consequently being in nature, using cannabis medicinally allowed me to connect with something beyond myself. It allowed me to break through disassociation, get connected to something larger, get connected to nature, and ultimately heal. And I believe there's a lot of evidence that this same process is happening for veterans. There are many veteran groups in the United States who are utilizing cannabis in California and Colorado, that are therapeutic contexts in which cannabis is being cultivated to have particular qualities that are then combined with talk therapy, somatic therapy, so that people can go deep into the body and release things. And so there's a lot of possibilities for healing with cannabis. And when we look around today, especially in the United States, I think what we see is that there's a huge amount of mental health challenges, what we call mental health. And the solutions that are being offered in the pharmaceutical and commercial context are in many ways more addictive, potentially more harmful, in a general sense, less natural. Cannabis is something that could be grown at a community level. It's not difficult to manufacture. It doesn't require a pharmaceutical patent. And it's something that people can develop their own relationship with, and perhaps even a love or affection for in a responsible way.